hypocrites do great damage to the word of Christ. They do great damage to the universal kingdom. They assault the very word of Christ. What is the word of God? Jesus claimed that his word had the power to change lives. He said, "In my words alone, you will find all that you need for life and breath and faith and godliness." It's all contained right here. And so the people who have this and yet don't live it out, in many ways insult and undermine the power that are in these words. The second threat that hypocrites have is they are a threat to the local church. They are a threat to us. They are a threat to the reputation of any local church in any local community. When I was growing up, I was marginally kind of aware of what was taking place, but just kind of, as like a middle schooler would be aware of what was happening. But we had a businessman in the church, and it was a smaller church, and so anyone who's in business in the church, like, hey, why don't you be the treasurer? Why don't you handle the money? You can count. So he was the treasurer of the church, and he was very involved at the deacons' meetings, and he was involved in here and there, and he was just a very high-profile person of the church. Well, we had a close family friend who was looking for a job, and as it went, he went to work for this particular businessman. They had the connection from the church. He went to work for him, and he lasted like 6, 7, 8 months, something like that, like not long at all, and he had moved on to something else. And I remember asking my parents about it, like, how come he's looking for a new job now? And they said, well, it turned out so-and-so was a little shady with some of his business dealings around the town. And so, my friend, just didn't like working in that environment, didn't like dealing with the ethics of the business person. And I remember thinking, well, and why is he serving here and why is he serving there? And it wasn't until later on in my life that I got to thinking, well, no wonder none of the local businessmen were involved in our church. They all knew the way this guy acted Monday through Friday, and yet he was an important part of the church. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it either. Hypocrites are a threat to the local church, and I would say this: if you tell people you attend Journey, if you tell people you're a part of this fantastic church, and you treat them like trash Monday through Friday, knock it off. Stop it. Don't do it. Either one of them. Just stop doing both at the same time. Like, if you want to keep living life that way, stop telling people that you love this church and you love what it's done for your life, because you are ruining the reputation of all that we stand for. Of course, the far better response would be to stop treating people dishonestly the rest of the week. But either way, stop doing one or the other. The third threat, the third danger of hypocrisy is that it is a danger unto ourselves. The greatest problem with hypocrisy is that it is highly successful. The aim of a hypocrite is to be praised in front of men. The aim of a hypocrite is to be praised in the presence of others and to be valued in the presence of other people, and that is often what they receive because of it. But their standing with God is far from being right. They receive the praise of men, but that is all that they receive.